right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Potential Project. I'm your host, Sean Calhoun, and today we are going to do some catching up because if you listen to this, you probably are someone who wants to improve their health, improve their mindset, is looking for tools and habits and things that you can do to have more energy, to burn fat, to just live an optimum life. And I spend episodes and weeks on talking about a lot of those tactics that you can do, right? Things to improve your sleep, things to improve your muscle growth, to hormone regulation, your cortisol rhythm. All of those things are very important and need to be talked about. But sometimes I forget that I am just speaking about these truths and about these things about biology of our body without realizing that sometimes I don't touch on my story and me as a person. And I want to get you guys caught up on my life a little bit in the hopes that you can realize that you don't have to be perfect on this journey. Now, I am someone who, I'm 31, right? I've been active my whole life. I've played every sport known to man. I exercise regularly. And as you know, my profession, what I do for a living is help women, a lot of people, but mainly women over 40, burn fat, boost energy, regulate their hormones, get back on track, and just feel the best that they can. But that does not mean that I am not a human and I don't deal with things. So I'm not sitting here speaking that, you need to do this because I have this perfect health and I'm going to show you the way. That's not how I view it at all. In fact, I've been struggling with my health recently, and it's probably beneficial that I share this story with you guys so that, number one, you can understand that if you're going through something, it's okay, and we'll get through this together, and we're working on it on a daily basis because that's how life goes. You're either trying to get better or you're getting worse, right? And we don't want that. But it also brings you to understand me a little bit more and know who you're having this conversation with. Now, maybe I know you, and I know you in person, and you're listening to this because maybe you've seen some value from the episodes that I put out, or maybe you're a complete stranger to me at the moment, and we've never met, and you're just looking to gain some value. It's good to understand who I am as a person. So again, I'm 31, so in the grand scheme of things, not very old. I have completed a marathon. I have completed 2 HYROX events. If you don't know what that is, not going to go on a tangent, but it's a fitness event. I've done a Tough Mudder. I've done a bodybuilding competition. I've done 5Ks, 10Ks. So I've done athletic events. And they've been challenging, right? Of course, you have to train, and they've been hard. I've played college sports. College lacrosse. I've played, all of the high school varsity sports. I've done that at a very high level, and I've continued to push myself up until now. And a few months ago, it's now May, this was in March, or it's now June, this was in March, I competed in HYROX, which is a very labor intensive, it's a lot of cardio, a lot of running, fitness event. Now, me being this person who has exercised their whole life, I'm pretty fit, I can run a good bit, I can lift a good bit. I went into it thinking that I didn't have to train to an extreme, right? I didn't have to do 4, 5, 6 days a week of intensive focused training. And of course, as you're listening to me say this, you're telling me it's the wrong idea, which it is, of course. Any competition event or athletic endeavor that you go into, you should be well trained because there could be negative consequences. Now, I am experiencing those. Right now in my health, I've been suffering. I haven't talked about it a lot. Not suffering, that's an extreme word. I've been going through some stuff, and I haven't talked about it a lot because I don't want people to worry about me. It's nothing severe. But during normal life, I'm experiencing what would be like blood pressure changes, from squatting to standing, from picking up weights for my clients to talking to people all day in the gym in my one-on-one sessions. I would get, pressure to my head or a little lightheadedness where I just have to take it easy. And every time that I, get a good night's sleep or rest properly, I feel amazing afterwards. So it's not like this lingering chronic thing where there's like chest pain and nausea. Nothing is severe. It hasn't led to anything that would need like emergency medical attention, but it's impacted me in a lot of ways. It's impacted me, number one, because I have totally cut out my exercises for a little while. I'm just trying to walk and get some sunshine and good sleep and just train my clients. So I'm not lifting weights, I'm just walking. Number two, it's led me to feel, I don't want to say inadequate, but you get this imposter syndrome because every day I'm helping people get stronger, faster, improve their health, and I'm over here the one struggling with all of that, right? So again, it kind of like gives you a different perspective to know that even the people you see doing the things, right? Whether they're on the athletic fields or they're running businesses or whatever they're doing, they're going through something too. And just because I'm someone who promotes and teaches and coaches health doesn't mean that my health never suffers. And right now it is. So I've been just keeping it cool, trying to get good sleep, going for walks, getting sunshine. And whenever I do that, it helps. But that's been going on for a few weeks and a few months now. So I've decided that it's time to kick it up a notch. So I'm trying to check all of my boxes. I have already went to the chiropractor to make sure there was nothing wrong with the flow of cerebral fluid in my spine that could lead to pressure in my head. I have an appointment for an ear, nose, and throat because if you don't know also, one of my main things is I have a deviated septum, which means this right nostril is about 90% clogged and I don't get good airflow. So when I'm sleeping, not a lot of oxygen getting there, and just overall that can negatively impact your health and probably is contributing to the way I'm feeling. And then I have a regular doctor's appointment to just get all my vitals, check my blood work, do my labs, right? Then on the other side of things, the more functional side, which is what I do, there is mineral testing. So I'm going to be doing some mineral testing that will be a hair follicle test. So I just take some of my hair and send it into the labs, and they're going to test all of my minerals, my potassium, sodium, magnesium, you name it. It's going to test the levels, and it's going to see maybe I have a mineral imbalance. Now, just like any health symptoms, problems that you may be having, they all stem from somewhere, but it's not always just one thing. There's a web of things that could have happened and are happening that are contributing to it. So it's not just take this supplement, take this medication, and all your problems will go away. It takes detective work, and it takes putting together a full panel of habits, things that I do, routines, supplements, whatever, into my day to heal this. So my first step is analyzing it. Like I said, I'm going to go to 2 doctor's appointments. I'm going to get my mineral testing done. I've already been to a chiropractor and talked to other professionals in the world that I live in to get their opinion, to get different perspectives on the situation that I'm undergoing. And while that's all happening, I'm just giving my body a break. Because like I've said in other episodes, there's a lot of stress that's put upon us, right? From exercise to lack of sleep to food that we're eating that's improper or causes sensitivities, to the workload you have, to the people that are in your life. That is all causing stress. The chemicals that you're exposed to or rubbing into your body. Now I try to limit those, but guess what? Again, I'm a human, so I'm exposed to them. And maybe the combination of stressors on my body plus I don't want to blame it on one thing, but I'm assuming that serious athletic push that I took to do the HYROX events mixed with some other stuff that was underlying in my body and being untrained pushed me over the edge, right? So my body needs some deep healing on a systemic level. My immune system, my nervous system, that needs to heal. And that's going to, number one, take time. It's going to take, analysis from different labs and different professionals. So I'm taking the steps. And I wanted to tell you guys this story just for some clarity, right? To know, number one, I'm human just like you. So if you're going through things and you're frustrated, keep going. Keep trying to solve the puzzle. Work with people who've done it before, right? If you want a shortcut, find people who have the answers to your problems and work with them on it. Don't just try to do it all by yourself. But also I'm sharing this with you because it's the way it works, right? Like when I work with clients, I always do lab testing because we need to, take away all of the second guessing and the what ifs and the could it be this, and we just need to get down to the plan for healing your body at a systemic level. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to all my doctors. I'm going to get labs done. I'm going to have professionals assess and see what's going on. And then I'm going to follow the protocol. And I'll keep you posted as my health changes and improves and it evolves, because I very well plan on in a short time getting back to a full training regimen, feeling my best, and just, having top energy, good sleep, good strength, and all is well, but that will take some time. I don't know how soon that's going to happen. I just know that health and life is a journey that is one day at a time, right? I'm never going to stop trying to improve my situation, but this is a little roadblock that I just have to work through, right? And these are the steps that you take. So I urge you, if you are also dealing with some symptoms or some things that are just annoying but not yet severe, I urge you to not let that dwindle, because the longer you put it aside, the longer you don't do anything about it, the worse it gets. I know for myself and many others that I've talked to, people push off going to the doctors, or they push off hiring the coach, or they push off starting the gym because they're afraid of some unwanted conversation, unwanted feeling, unwanted statement to happen. Like, some people don't like to go to the doctors because they don't want bad news. Well, guess what? Most illnesses or diseases or things like that, you're better off getting better from them the sooner you find out. So if there is something like bad news at the doctor, you'd rather have that bad news today than 3 years from now when it got more severe. Same thing with the gym. Right? If you're maybe trying to lose a few pounds and doing some strength training at the gym would help, well, you're going to combat that weight loss and that fat loss if you start today rather than next year, right? So it's all the same, but it's the action and the thought to do something about it right now rather than let the fear of what could possibly happen take control of your mind and keep you in paralysis from even taking action towards your goal. So just wanted to keep you guys posted on my life, on my health. Don't worry, everything is fine. There's no urgent matters, but I will be keeping you posted on how everything goes. I'm going to get, hopefully, this nose fixed. I already, like I said, I already went to the chiropractor. I already got the metal fillings taken out of my mouth. I'm doing things to constantly improve, but it's a never-ending journey. So just remember, if you're dealing with something, number one, you can message me. Number two, you can always go to your doctor. You can seek out other professional advice, but I urge you to do something about it today, and don't let that linger on, because even though it doesn't seem like a severe pain or a severe symptom, it can add up over time, and we want to combat that as soon as we can. So guys, thank you for taking time to listen to me this week. I know this was more of a tangent. I'll be back next week with more value, and I'm going to be getting some guests on here very, very soon. So stay posted every Tuesday for a new potential project. I will see you guys next week. Hey, thanks for spending some time with me on today's episode. I hope you got a ton of value from it. If we're not connected on Instagram yet, let's change that. Hit me up at Sean Calhoun _ That's SEAN Calhoun _ Shoot me a DM. Let me know what you think of the show, or if you got any questions about how to level up your health. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next episode.